glad to have you, Jamie. So, just take us on a ride through your journey, like, starting with when you fell in love with music to joining forces with Elijah and the success you two had. So
Yeah,
just
so, since grade seven, I've known what I've wanted to do forever, and that was music. And it happened very organically, and uh, kind of had tunnel vision from there. I was the kind of kid that didn't have a plan B and C. I had a plan A, and I was going to do everything I could to make it happen. And yeah, I met Elijah when I was in college. I had just graduated. And then we joined forces, and we were honestly just going to write music for other people. That was kind of our goal. We wanted to kind of be these writers, and that kind of duo. And we had met our manager at the time, and he was like, "The music's too good. You got to release it yourself." And so we did, and really launched into the industry. And then, slowly I started waking up every day unhappy and realizing, there's all these parts that I said I never wanted or would never do, and all of a sudden I'm waking up and doing them. And I had to
hmm
take a step back and say, oh, this isn't the right people for me. This isn't the right team that I wanted to be around, just for my musical career. And so I took a step back and took a little bit of a step back from music in general, figuring that if I would wake up one day ready to be an artist again, I would, and I did, and I'm happy every day that I did.
right. So what was the most difficult part of that soul searching as far as like ever since being 7 years old and having this dream and working towards it to eventually hating the fact that you accomplished this goal? Like, tell us about
It
that.
it's hard. It's I think anytime we do soul searching with anything, right? We learn a lot about ourselves, and my thing is I wanted to always make sure I was holding myself accountable for when I was learning those lessons, making sure I was never making those mistakes again, and that was hard work. And it's a blessing that from a young age I've known what I've wanted. A lot of people spend a lot of time and a lot of years figuring that out, and a lot of trial and errors. For me, I'm like, oh, I know what I want and I'm going to get it. But that made it, the bitter part of that, of the sweetness was, as I had said, and as reiterated, that I woke up one day being like, sorry, getting everything that I've ever wanted meant making a lot of sacrifices that I never wanted to make and that I promised myself I wouldn't.
hmm
And that was part of my journey, and that was part of learning. We're not all gonna experience highs. We're all gonna experience lows, and who we are in those lows and what we take from them is kind of the most important part for me, and that's what I've tried to learn through all of it.